Okie dokie. Hey there, friends. It is happening. It is happening right now with Rumble. It is pretty clear what is going on. That Rumble is building a staircase and it is moving its way up into a double-digit number. I think, like I've always said, being an investor is somewhat of like being an investigator. You really got to dig into stuff and follow the clues and see what's going on here. And I think what we're watching right now is Rumble taking these baby steps, trying to get up to a double-digit number. Obviously, $10 is the first big thing here, but so let's go right into it. Thank you so much for being here. Whether you subscribe, don't subscribe, I will be talking about Rumble nonstop because I just recently put a shitload of money in it, so I am hoping for the best here with Rumble. So, saying that, Rumble today finally broke 7. We broke 7 today. Tremendous. It's had a past 2 weeks have been amazing with Rumble here. And, here's the argument with Rumble is that obviously it is attaching itself to the Trump mania train right now that is, with these other Trump stocks right now that are just going bananas and will continue. And I suspect, tomorrow is going to be a little bit interesting. Last week, Thursday, was pretty crappy in the market. This Thursday was a whole different case. We had a really good day in the market. And even Amazon came out with their quarterlies after closing today with the market, and they just had crazy quarterlies. So it just kind of ticked everything up again. Rates stayed the same this week, so that helped. And it's just been a good week. Digital World has been staying where it needs to stay. And just so everybody knows, a few people asked me, but I just want to put this out there. Talking about Digital World acquisition, and I'm talking about Digital World acquisition because I know a lot of people that watch my channel know that I talk about that, and they also are watching Rumble. But the deadline for the deal of Digital World and True Social is March 8th of this year. So that is the deadline for something to happen. Now, whether they push it back again, something happens, I don't know. But that's all I'm going to talk about here with that, because if you're clicking on the video, you want to hear about Rumble, you don't want to hear about Digital World. I'm assuming, I don't know. But I've got videos on Digital World, and I'm going to probably make another video about them tomorrow. So we'll see how that stock ends tomorrow. Going back to Rumble here, obviously, big day today with Rumble. Like I said, we broke 7. We almost made it to $8 a day. We almost made it to 8. We were having crazy volume before 10 o'clock. And I was like, this thing might run up to $9. Who knows? But once we got to this high 7, there was just massive sell-off. People were just taking their money and running for the hills. But Rumble still ended today really well, because I know a lot of us were buying into Rumble at 3, 4, 5, low 6 range with Rumble. So you're doing good still, and congratulations about that. So tomorrow, like I said, is tomorrow gonna be a sell-off? I don't know. It's been a good week for the market. It's been good numbers. It's been good news, and those are all the things we want to hear in the market. And next week, when we're talking about stocks that are connected to the Trump train right now, Rumble is definitely projected to have a really good week next week, because we have the primary starting up again, and I think we all know what's going to happen here with these Trump stocks that are going to go bananas next week. That's PHUN, Digital World, a few more that are connected here, and Rumble. So, why is Rumble attached? If you don't know, I'll explain fast as I can here. Why is Rumble attached to the Trump mania right now? It's because Rumble, a few things. It's free speech. Rumble is growing at a big rate right now, and I think this is going to be the biggest year they're going to have. It's a great platform. I probably shouldn't say too much more, because YouTube is their top competitor, so I don't want to get in trouble. But I do love my YouTube, so I just want to throw that out there. But Rumble, it's good to have a competitor, and that's what YouTube is their competitor right now. And they're still a baby company, it's a very new company, but their main bread and butter of what they preach is free speech, and a lot of people want free speech right now, which is a totally turn compared to what we've had just the last few years with everything not. So with that, too, Rumble is doing what you want to see in a stock that you invest large amounts of money in for a long-term play. they're showing good numbers. They're showing good quarterlies. They're showing good balance sheet. They're showing money on hand. They're showing projection of bigger numbers coming in. So they're doing all this stuff. Their viewership, their people downloading their app, being on their app. All those things are increasing at a dramatic rate with Rumble right now. So those are things we want to see with that. And this year is going to be a really big year with them. Now, like I said, tomorrow is going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting play because we still ended really high here with Rumble. We ended right under $7. So Rumble is it could possibly start off in the $7 range tomorrow, and we could see $8 tomorrow. We could see $8. Who knows? Or the market could have a huge sell-off day, and we could just have a little bit of a breather tomorrow and buying opportunity. It's hard to say right now. It really is hard to say, but right now the market is cooking, man. It is cooking. It's doing really good. So although this one little piece of information out there, how I see Rumble, I'll explain how I'm going to play Rumble. I am in at such a low rate with Rumble right now. I don't really want to mess it up with buying more shares. Now, if it fell back to like a $5 range, I would probably scoop up a lot more shares. I'm just curious if we're going to see $5 again. I'm curious. Tomorrow is going to be the telltale sign of what's going to happen here, because each week we are growing here with a new number. We're ending the past 2 weeks, with a higher number, which is good. And Rumble is moving slow, which I like. I am not a fan of things really just taking off and running, because with that, there's huge sell-off. So with this slow movement, this is really letting me know that Rumble is in a healthy situation right now, that it's not being totally used and abused by day traders, which obviously it is, but so much so that it just can't hold its ground. It has a lot of people buying in it, but also holding on to a lot of their shares too. Back to how I see this playing out with Rumble. I am playing the long-term investment game here with Rumble. I'm looking, like way into the future here with Rumble. I want to see if this is actually going to be a competitor with a lot of other, platforms that are like YouTube. There's always like a black horse that comes up out of nowhere with any company, whether it's Walmart, look who they are competing against. Amazon, look at, before we knew what Amazon was and people were walking in Walmart, they were going, no one's ever going to, beat out Walmart. Well, guess what? Is there ever going to be something better than Amazon? I don't know. Some people might say Shopify. I don't know. But that company may not even exist yet, or it's being built right now. We don't know. But there's always something new that's going to take over and speak to a new generation. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing here, maybe, potentially. We're in the baby footprints of where Rumble's really starting to build into something here. Okay, I'll shut up and actually say what I'm going to say here. 2 ways Rumble could play out this year. 2 ways. Obviously, I think it's going to attach itself, like it already has, to this Trump news. I think that's just what's going to happen. This is a company that is based in Florida, which is going to more than likely be a red state this year. Also, too, is that Rumble will be is a platform where free speech will be allowed, and where we will see a lot of people pushing their campaign, their thoughts, their conversations on there that other platforms may not. I'm speaking in code, obviously. And then with that too is that if Trump were to win in November, we could see Rumble do well off of that. Obviously, Trump is just specifically using True Social right now. He is using it only, because he's also trying to push it. Grand. But with that too, Rumble could do good off of a Trump win. And I think either way, it will continue to do well, because it is a free speech platform. Not only that, but it has videos that you're just not going to find on. Rumble could do maybe even better. We were to see Biden continue. if he were to win in November. I say that as the devil's advocate because Rumble being a free speech platform, and we're seeing more and more people want a free speech platform, Rumble could really do well with gaining subscribers and numbers going into four more years of a Biden run. Now, obviously, these are all just what ifs. What if that were to happen? We don't know at the moment what's going to happen. What we do know, and what will be probably clarified this coming week, which will make Rumble go crazy probably. What we do know this week is that more than likely this will be the week coming that we will know that it will be Biden and Trump running in November. That's more than likely what we're going to know. So with that, that's going to make these Trump stocks really shoot up again and do well. You know, what the projection on what I see with Rumble right now, you know, Rumble I do think is an undervalued stock, how it is performing out numbers and how it's growing. But I do think Rumble is in the situation right now where you have investors not even caring about the numbers of what they're bringing in financially. They're not even caring about balance sheets. They're not caring about projections of what it's supposed to bring in. I don't even know that people really know what Rumble is. I think from what I'm seeing, because I've seen this before in the market, when we had a whole during the GameStop and AMC gold rush of that. I think we're starting to see that again with the Trump mania train here. I think we are having people that are starting to hear rumors of these platforms, these stocks that Trump is attached to, and they're buying into them just because they are attached. I think that is going to grow this year. I think Rumble could possibly run up to stupid numbers this year, not even based on what they're bringing in financially. I think they're going to run primarily this year based on people just getting crazy about it. That it has potential to be a huge platform for the election, for Trump, whatever it be. I think it's going to be a lot of FOMO with it. I think it's going to be a lot of just people wanting to be a part of it. And that's not me saying anything bad. Great. I hope it goes freaking nuts. When Rumble does hit a $10, $20 mark, I think that is a space where I would stop buying into it. I would not buy anymore. Honestly, once it hits, anywhere $10 to $15, I'm pushing back dramatically. I'm not even trying to buy in right now. I'm pretty much set where I'm at. But I am curious to see what is going to happen with this stock number-wise. Like I said, I don't think people are even buying into the stock because they're looking at the financials. I think people are buying into the stock because of what it could be in the future. It could be a huge platform, it could be big as YouTube in the next 5 years. That's huge. You can't just invest in a YouTube. It's in a big investment. It's in Alphabet. I think we all know how much that is. You have opportunity to potentially buy into something like YouTube. And I think that's why people are so enthralled right now with it, and like Digital World Acquisition. These are two big potential platforms going into this year. There's money to be made, and these are companies that are actually making money too. There's different ways to play this. I feel totally comfortable buying in at Rumble, $5, $6, $7. Personally, I'm not going to, I know I just said 10, 20, but I personally don't know that I would go more than that because I know people are projecting huge numbers right now with Rumble, and that is great. I personally think the stock of the year is probably going to be Digital World, just because I think it's going to go freaking nuts. If the deal actually happens here in March, or they push it back a little more with saying it's going to happen, I still think it's going to go crazy. And if the deal does happen with Digital World Acquisition and True Social, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. And Rumble will probably move off that too because people are connecting them together. It's just what it is. I can't give you I know people are saying Rumble's going to go to $100, it's going to go $200. If Rumble went to $30 to $40 here by the summer, I wouldn't be shocked if it were to continue to attach itself to Trump mania. Is it going to continue to attach itself and to run high on that? Maybe. But, $10, $15 by the summer, possibly 30 at the most for me. I think it's possible, but I think we are watching Rumble right now build these staircases where, you know, we're breaking into 6, we're breaking into 7, we're selling off, we're falling back down to a higher 6, we're breaking into 7 again, higher, then we're, you know, going into 8, and then we're coming back down to 7, a higher 7, then we're breaking into 9, but we're selling off, and then we're breaking down to you know, 8.5, then we're breaking into 10. So I think that's kind of what we're going to watch here. Now, that I don't know how fast that's going to happen here, but these next 2 weeks are going to be some big weeks, and it's going to continue to get a lot crazier here with these primaries, these caucuses. So, you know, I think people do need to make decisions whether they want to get in now or get in too late, because I think Rumble's going to run regardless just on hype. It's just going to run on hype. And that is really, people are not going to want to miss it. They're not going to want to miss the train on it, because I think right now we're seeing it's obvious what's going on at this point, that it's trying to get back to $10. It wants $10. It is looking for $10, and the investor is going to push it to at least $10 here very sooner than later. And it would take some really bad news that I don't see happening for it to fall apart. Friends, I'm going to shut up. I thought that was going to be a short video. I start yapping and I just go. I really do. I wish all of you the best of luck. Tomorrow is Friday. I am so curious to see how this market is going to end tomorrow. I haven't been this excited about the market in a while, so this is really fun as an investor. I have literally been waiting for 2024 for 4 years now, because we haven't had a lot of fun in the past few years here with the market, and it's finally starting to do something very interesting. And this is the year that's going to be very, very interesting and very fun to see what happens here and to see what makes it. Friends, I will talk to you very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.